Our top story this afternoon comes from Pakistan. The Islamabad High Court came down heavily on the Pakistan government for allowing former Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif to go abroad for medical treatment in London in the first place. The High Court said that now it is the responsibility of the Pakistan government to bring back Sharif from the UK. A few days ago, the Islamabad High Court had issued a non-bailable arrest warrant against Sharif for failing to surrender before the court. And according to local media, Sharif had told the High Court that it was not possible for him to return to Pakistan and surrender before the court. Sharif informed the court through a review petition against the High Court's order, which directed him to surrender before it by September 10th. Nawaz Sharif is in London since November last year after he was granted bail. Sharif was sentenced to 7 years in the Al Azizia Steel Mills case in December of 2018. But Sharif was bailed out and was allowed to go to London for medical treatment later. Now, for more details on this news development, a senior journalist, Amir Shaheen, joins us live from Lahore. Thanks so much for joining us. Now, the Islamabad High Court came down heavily on the Pakistan government for allowing Nawaz Sharif to go abroad for medical treatment in the first place. So what will be the Pakistan government's strategy in bringing him back as he faces charges?
This is history repeating itself. It's not the first time the government has been embarrassed after it claimed that it wasn't the government but the courts that allowed somebody who was facing charges to leave the country. Before this, it was former president and dictator General Musharraf, and the government pretended that it hadn't let General Musharraf, who was facing treason charges, leave the country.
Right.
But then the court came out and clarified that the government was lying. Once again, the government is exposed because including the Prime Minister, the whole cabinet and the government itself was, trying to play victim to the fact that, they came to power saying we will convict corrupt leaders, and now it's the courts that are letting them go. And it has been previously done by the courts as well, that they've taken the government to task and very clearly clarified that it wasn't the courts but the government that allowed Musharraf and Nawaz Sharif and others to leave the country. Once again, it's history repeating itself when it comes to Nawaz Sharif leaving the country, because Nawaz Sharif has already once before signed a deal with the military government when he was being charged with hijacking an aeroplane case. And Nawaz Sharif also has a history of making deals. Now, if the court hasn't allowed Nawaz Sharif to leave the country, and the government hasn't, the civilian government, the face of the civilian government hasn't allowed Nawaz Sharif to leave the country, then obviously it's the same forces that made him sign a deal to leave the country for 10 years, the same forces, that is the military establishment, that has forced Nawaz Sharif into exile. And now the government is exposed, but the fact of the matter is that the government cannot do anything because the government was never in power in the first place.
Right. Now, Amir, earlier, Pakistan's former Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif made an extraordinary return to frontline politics, breaking a 2-year silence to denounce the country's powerful military and even vowed to topple Imran Khan. So how do you see Pakistan's political landscape changing, especially after this recent crackdown by the Islamabad High Court?
Once again, history repeating itself. Nawaz Sharif has made this kind of an astounding comeback back in the days, again with the Pakistan People's Party, just like he is doing it now. The Pakistan People's Party and Nawaz Sharif's party, PMLN, formed a government, and that is when Nawaz Sharif backstabbed the government, resigned from the government, and started siding with the same forces that are after him. And I think Nawaz Sharif is just one deal away from really backing out from all these talks of, he started mentioning a few names of generals and he started talking about the military. But I see it as a bargaining chip. As soon as the military understands that Nawaz Sharif becomes a nuisance, the military will try to make a deal with him. And given Nawaz Sharif's record, it is very likely that his younger brother will strike a deal, because his younger brother has been constantly saying that he wants to work with the military establishment and not talk against the state institutions, which is the military establishment. So I don't see this works till Nawaz Sharif is thrown a bone. As far as history is concerned, although Nawaz Sharif has come out and talked about his past mistakes, admitted to the mistakes, some of them that I've mentioned, and he's also said that now Nawaz Sharif is an ideological Nawaz Sharif, and he wants to fight for the right of vote, democracy in Pakistan, and not for power. because
Right.
this is initially what Nawaz Sharif was.
Absolutely. Now, my final question to you. Will the Pakistan government be actually able to bring Nawaz Sharif back to the country to face the charges against him?
I think that there are two governments in Pakistan. One is the face of the government, the civilian government. That government is very powerless because that government had to face a lot of embarrassment in the first place when they fought the whole election on convicting and punishing Nawaz Sharif, and then Nawaz Sharif had to be let go. The reason why Nawaz Sharif had to be let go was because he started talking about the people, the puppeteers, the umpires. He started calling them aliens,
Right.
Khalai Makhluk. So the military establishment thought of him as a nuisance, and didn't really. He wasn't really. They weren't going to get any money out of him because it's all fictitious charges, as leaked videos have proved. So Nawaz Sharif had to be let out because he was now talking about the generals. So the government was not powerful enough to let Nawaz Sharif go.
Right.
And it takes more power to bring somebody back from another country. So the government is helpless, but that does not mean that Nawaz Sharif is not coming back. Because my analysis is based on historically how he's been acting. However, there is every likelihood that he can surprise us by actually coming back to the country and once again joining jail along with his daughter and starting a real democratic movement. This may be living in a fool's paradise and against what history is teaching us, but this is what a lot of Pakistanis are also hoping for.
Right. Aamir, thank you so much for joining us and for all your insights into this story.